Number 9, find the roots of the polynomial equation. So this is an x cubed. So the degree is 3, so that means we are looking for 3 roots. So we need to keep going until we find 3 roots. So start by graphing it. And I can delete this. So we have x cubed minus x squared plus x plus 39. All right? So on the graph, I only see one root, and that just means we have one real one. So we're looking for one real number, and the other 2 are going to be complex. They're going to have I in them. But what is that one? It looks like -1, -2, -3. Let's check the table to be sure. Yep, okay. So that means that our first root is x equals -3. And I can use synthetic division to factor that out and kind of slim the equation down so that I can keep solving. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So we're going to use synthetic division using this -3 that we just found. We have a 1x cubed, a -1x squared, a +1 for the x, and a +39. Bring down the first number and then multiply. Bring those down and then multiply by that -3 again. Combine those, right? -12 plus 1. And then multiply. And then bring those down. And I know I've done it wrong because we need to end up with a 0. Right? If it doesn't have a remainder of 0, then it's not a factor. So we had a factor of -3. Let's see, let's double check this again. 1, -1, 1, and 39. So let's just use our calculator. 1 times -3 gives me -3 minus 1, and there's the mistake. This should have been a -4. -4 times -3 should give us a +12. This would have been a +13, which would then give me a -39. So my remainder is 0. Okay, remember, you can use synthetic division, but if you're using a factor, right, you should have a remainder of 0. So this is our number, our x, and our x squared. So this x cubed minus x squared plus x plus 39, we have factored out to x plus 3, right? Because if we put in that x equals -3, we'll get a 0. And we have x squared minus 4x plus 13. That one we cannot factor, so we're going to need to use the quadratic formula. -b should be a -4, which makes it positive. b squared, so -4 squared is 16 minus 4 times 1 times 13, all over 2 times 1, which is just 2. So we have 16 minus 4 times 13. We get -36. The square root of -36 is going to be 6i, right? Because the square root, it's the square root of -1 times the square root of 36, which is I, and 6 times 6 is 36. All over 2, and then we can simplify that more. 4 divides by 2, and so does 6. Okay, and now I have my 3 roots, right? We said we needed to have one real one, which is x equals -3. And then we have 2 complex roots. And actually, you could rewrite this. You could divide both of those by a -1 to get 2 plus or minus 3i. I like to keep things positive. Those are our answers. So go over the steps again. Graph the equation, find the real root, and then take that number to do synthetic division. And then what you're left with, most likely most time you have to use the quadratic formula to get your two complex roots.